Okay, y'all, we're back with season 5, episode 3 of The Circle, New York. And I'm just gonna give y'all a look for 5 seconds, and for the folks who know, they know. Okay, now let's get on with the review, honey. So, now that we're finally back with The Circle after this time, Angel's date with Darnell surprisingly went better than the last one. Better than I thought overall. I knew I recognized him from somewhere. He's on one of the after shows that Darnell Lester be hosting on Our View Television. I knew I recognized Miss Thing from somewhere. I just couldn't remember where. I had plenty of time to darn go and look in the meantime between episodes. But I did appreciate darn going Angel's honesty where he said he preferred guys, because I told y'all, I was like, oh, Angel don't mature child, because I remember Angel preferred only folks that generally look like him, mix-ish and biggins, Latino. He'll make some possible exceptions for a black person that is extreme top caliber. But as far as average, it's definitely going to have to be, on the Latina spectrum, in which doggone Derek is not, honey. Then it didn't help that Derek asked him what was his Darnell asked Angel what is his specific ethnicity. Then doggone old boy correct, do you mean nationality? On which he responds Puerto Rican. Well, I don't necessarily know if it's nationality because you're not necessarily born in Puerto Rico. See, now there you go trying to correct somebody. And from what I gathered, you said you was born in Connecticut. You born in Connecticut. You got some ties to Dargon, the Bronx, New York. And you are of Puerto Rican descent. So in the context, actually Darnell would be right. It would be more so your ethnicity. And your culture is doggone Latino, honey. Although sometimes Latina, honey. But yeah. Also, is Connecticut considered a tri-state? Darnell was talking about, oh, you in a tri-state. I was like, well, wait a minute now. Ain't Connecticut like the straight up South? I might be wrong, y'all. But I was like, I ain't never known Connecticut. Well, no, Connecticut I think is the Midwest. Y'all know DivaWuan geography. But when I think of Connecticut, I don't think of Connecticut as up north. Like, if I think of a tri-state to New York, I'm thinking maybe darn going Illinois, maybe. I'm thinking Illinois is right up there with darn going with New York. I'm thinking what else is close to New York? I want to say the Washington area might be not too far from New York. Like the DMV area, those are what I would think would be like the tri-state. But honey, y'all correct me if I'm wrong on that. But he admits that, Darnell is not his preferred type. But surprisingly, they could see themselves, Angel could see him as a doggone best friend. So I was like, okay. At least you didn't totally doggone shoot doggone Darnell off, honey. Okay. Also, side note, y'all, the lips are still recovering for people who've seen the previous videos. Each stage looks more awkward than the other. And no, for the ones who are just coming through, no, I do not got monkeypox. I got my vaccine, and the only bump I got is the doggone one that will not go away from the injection site. But no, that's not what's going on over here. But then we get the Zoom call with Derek and Gio. They're talking about going to the club later on tonight where Derek Dog is performing. At the club, we get a little tiff between Gio and King Clay. I think that's how you pronounce it. K-L-E-I. Once again, I'm bad at pronunciations as well. It's Huggate. They're going, Gio feels like King Clay should have hugged him and was jealous that he hugged somebody else, but the other person reached in for the hug. And honey, how much we would love for dudes to be chivalrous and all this, that, and the third. Honey, that's out the window nowadays with these girls, honey. They don't do the gentlemen don't chase like that no more. So don't expect because you the film girl, for him to darn gonna come out his way to hug you, honey. It wasn't gonna happen. So Miss Geo's in her feelings, honey. King Clay ended up performing. His performance was okay, but Derek Dahl was the one that did it for me, honey. Derek Dahl was giving you. It was giving me. I don't know what that style. It was giving me like what Renaissance is giving me. It was giving me house music. It was giving me bop and everything. And at one point, even one of the sisters came up there, and I'm talking about one of the cisgender sisters with the money and dancing and everything. I was like, come on through, Derek Dahl. So, honey, Derek Dahl sunned the house down, child. Then we get a couple minutes of ballroom performances. Honey, I'm not familiar with the ballroom culture, so I ain't even going to go into the detail. Matter of fact, I probably should look at the rest of darn Legendary before my HBO subscription goes out, child. Y'all know I'm cutting everything short, honey. Diva's on a darn strict budget. But that's the closest I came to ballroom is watching Legendary, child. So after the darn ballroom performances, we then get now this is what got me, because now we at like 51 minutes into the darn thing, and I know we doing well. Like, what? DivaWuan is summarizing a whole hour in 10 minutes in under a half hour, honey. This is one for the history books, bitch. Because y'all know they normally say, DivaWuan, you talk too much. In my Kanye voice, you talk too much. You never shut up. Hot damn. Honey, maybe it's because my mouth is still jacked up. It might be because it's currently 9 o'clock at night. I haven't ate. Maybe it's because of all the stress I'm going through. I don't have time to give it. But my notes ain't really that much for it either. So, yeah, y'all, we going to be out of here in no time. But this was still a relatively good episode. So normally when the reviews are this short, I'll be like, oh shit, we got a problem. The darn shit wasn't giving what it's supposed to be giving for me not to be up out of here this fast. But no, it's just I was able to summarize everything more quicker. So they had so many darn back and forth asking general questions about what one castmate thinks about this castmate and all that. I didn't record any of those. I didn't think that was necessary. Now Lester, girl, you know we have to have a conversation. Now I let you slide with the obvious situation at the very beginning, but girl, now I ain't gonna let you slide on this one. Now you told me when I darn had an impromptu interview with you, girl, that you didn't want to distract from the darn episode. You want this to be timeless. That's why you don't put ad placement. Because I was like, well, maybe the folks will want to put some ads on your stuff like they do with Chasing Reality, this, that, and the third. And you argue me down, honey, talking about you don't want to put no ad placements in the midst of the darn show, this, that, and the third. Now, I don't know if this was a public service announcement or whatnot, but I'm trying to figure out, like, why did we see Biden on the screen for a good minute or so? I was like, wait a minute, now. I know that shit was... Like, wait a minute. I'm thinking that my shit done is... Because, you know, sometimes when I'm listening in the background and my TV sometimes is on autoplay, so it would jump to the next darn thing. So I was like, how did we jump to a Biden darn talk or whatnot? And then I said, this supposed to be in my watch later playlist, so it supposed to automatically jump to the next darn thing that was in my playlist. And I know I didn't say nothing about Biden. Honey, as soon as Biden darn gave them student loan forgiveness, honey, that's all I needed to hear from darn Senile Joe, honey. Senile finally had a good moment on that one, announcing darn student loan debt forgiveness, bitch. I can't wait for my shit to be cleared by my 30th birthday. But yeah, we got a good old minute and some change. I was like, what the hell is this? And then I said, well, maybe he accidentally. I was like, no, how do you accidentally include a clip like that? Like, I can understand, like, if you was screen recording something from a TV and it accidentally went to the news, but it was like, no, this is actual footage. Like, this was intentionally put in. I need some background on that one, Lester. Like, why did we see old senile Joe as a commercial break? Like, child, there's so many people I know that probably could have put an ad placement in between that. Or hell, you could have plugged your own shit. Now, I would say this, if you want to stick with no ad placement, what you could have done in that moment was, like, you could have plugged something else of yours. Like, you could have plugged the sit down talk that you be having with the other three boys or whatnots. You could be plugging the after show interviews that you have started up with the with this cast of the Circle New York. Like, that would have been something that you could have plugged in the midst of that. But the Biden plug, child boo, But yeah. Then we get over to the cast meeting up in Harlem at the historic Stonewall Inn. So this was the infamous doggone inn that, you know, Marsha P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, and all of them was at, you know, marching on behalf of LGBTQ rights back in 1968, honey. So I was like, oh, wow, that's still up and running. Child, if I go to New York, child, if I'm, you know, y'all know DivaWuan, I ain't never seen a rat a day in my life up close. And from what I hear, the rats come up to you and meet you and everything. And they the size of cats. I ain't got time for that. Providing if it's rat free, which I know that's a stretch. I probably would want to go see that doggone statue, because that is a part of history that is not mentioned at all, especially in the school systems, for more reasons than one, honey. But yeah, they was at the Stonewall Inn. And then they went on the subway giving all-key singing, honey. I was like, child, y'all are not the Backstreet Boys. Y'all are not darn going the Jackson 5. Y'all are none of that, child. Y'all are not the Temptations. Ain't nobody come see you, any of y'all, child. Then, what else we hear? The scene ends up with this Wigdrive. Now, from what the scene was set up, thank you, Lester and production, for giving us new people some insight that this is not a first one-off time thing, but this is a consistent thing that obviously this show has done over the years. They get together for the trans women to donate wigs for girls who might not have the coins, honey. And it's like, well, child, if y'all want to go ahead. So DivaWuan stopped doggone coming up here with these doggone dated turbans, honey. Y'all can see me one down there, but the one that Miss Old Girl was wearing, the clockable one, it's like, give me the full lace version, honey. Give me some of that shit doggone Aoki be wearing, child. But I'm just poking fun, y'all. I still got some wigs in the closet. But hell, a girl can never have too many wigs. But for the ones who truly needs it, it's very admirable that they do this, honey. So I thought. 10 minutes go by, 15, 20, 25, 30, 45 minutes. In comes Derek Dahl. Significantly late, but still the only one there. So he's chatting with old girl, and now he's calling people up, and people saying they got to work. Oh, this ain't gonna work out. This, that, and the third. And it's like, why is the girl just finding this out now, and why is she having to find out through Derek Dahl, having to contact you? Why didn't y'all contact her and say, hey, I'm not gonna make it? So you intentionally wasted this doggone woman's time. You didn't even think it was appropriate for y'all to even darn go and reach out and say that y'all wasn't gonna come. Y'all had to be called. So, ooh, that was the disrespect of it all. And then I hate to go here, but it looked like it low-key perpetuated the doggone division amongst the communities, honey. Amongst the gays and the trans, honey. Because it's like, now the irony that the only person that shows up is the most androgynous girl, honey. Miss Derek Dahl. All of the actual other gays don't show up, child. And I ain't trying to put the doggone stigma and stuff on them. I'm not saying that they transphobe, but I'm saying from the outside looking in, from people who might not be as familiar with some of y'all. And I'm definitely ain't familiar with anybody past from what I seen this season. I told y'all I couldn't get with any of the other seasons, child. So all the old folks, You got a clean slate with me. I'm judging y'all based off of this season alone. I don't know nothing about seasons 1 through 4. But yeah, y'all, that was extremely distasteful. Ain't none of y'all called or anything. Like, what the hell? So, yeah, Derek Doll mentions how embarrassed he is, this, that, and the third. I'd be embarrassed too. And next week, honey, old girl gives it to him. She was like, oh no, bitch, y'all wasting my time and we can cut this short now. So, hell, if I was her child, yeah, let him go. And then it was giving me very much similar to Dargon chasing LA when nobody came to Nicole's shit. It's like, see, the girls like to get together. The gays and shit like to get together for the drama, the kiki, the cackling, and all this, that, and the third. But when it actually comes, so, you know, I'm not just going to bash y'all. I'm going to put everybody on blast when it comes to this shit. Like, when it comes to charitable events, honey, a lot of the girls across multiple franchises and shows and productions be on that same bullshit. So it's like, yeah, y'all got to do better than that. It's like, bitch, y'all, and then y'all in the same city. It's like you couldn't have sent something, you know, you couldn't have sent your thoughts. Like, you couldn't have say, hey, I'm going to jump on this. But see, some of y'all wasn't even available to do that. But it's like, if you wasn't available in any capacity, why not tell that to the person that y'all supposed to be meeting? Why does Derek Dog got to call y'all up the darn den be the one to tell her? So now she got the darn inform her that not one other person showed up. That's a damn shame, y'all. And on that note, we will be back whenever episode 4 come out. I'm very patient, honey. There ain't nothing else in the meantime coming on, child. So that is it, y'all. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Like I said, this was overall a good episode up until the end. That shit really irritated me that none of the girls but Derek Doll showed up. But overall, fairly good episode. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all soon with more videos. Mwah.